My name is Radek and I've designed In Season, which is a new kitchen with infrastructures for the sustainable two-person household. Food is responsible for around a third of the carbon emissions in Australian households. With the change in habits surrounding the sourcing and preparation of food, users can make a significant reduction in their carbon footprint. Primarily, the In Season is about eating food with the seasons. When you're eating with the seasons, you're eating locally or homegrown produce, significantly reducing the food miles on your plate. The kitchen is off the grid. There is no recycling or rubbish collection, which disconnects users from the mass consumption and mass waste practices promoted by supermarkets. The only form of waste is compost, which is used in conjunction with wastewater to nurture the garden. The exploration of this project taught me that environmental kitchen design is about prompting users to engage with sustainable food systems. Things like eating with the seasons, growing food at home, shopping at farmers markets, increasing vegetable intake, and augmenting the value of food has in a household by encouraging users to eat together.